Ready for the next step in building your professional wardrobe, your business casual attire, and feeling confident about what you're wearing every day? My name is Cindy, and I teach people how to improve their professional presence. So in the last video, we talked about getting started with a good business casual wardrobe, and we started with 3 pair of black pants. That way, you don't have to do laundry quite as often. Those pants are fitting you well, and they're going to go with most things. We're going to start talking about now tops. And nobody really notices people's pants unless it's something really out of the ordinary. I have to tell a story about my best friend who has passed away now, but she had these capri pants that had like cartoon people on them. And I roasted her so hard for those. So I will give you the same piece of advice: never have people on your pants. I think that's a good rule in life. I think we can all agree to that. But we laughed about that for very many years. Okay, so when you have lots of options for tops, you can have decision fatigue. Lots of confusion can sort of set in, especially if you're not abundantly clear on what your personal style is. And that's okay, especially if you're just getting started. I'm going to give you some examples in this video that you can get started with a few tops that will take you throughout your seasons. So I'm here in the Midwest. We have supposedly 4 distinct seasons. I think our spring and fall are unpleasantly short because they're obviously the most comfortable seasons. But certainly that you can wear. You can wear casually. You can wear. You can also wear through multiple seasons. All right. So, disclaimer: I'm not at all a model. I don't think anybody confuses me for that. But I did try on a few shirts, and I have some photos to put in here by the professional photographer that is my daughter. So, we're not, the best duo ever, but it certainly gives you the spirit. And I do have a few reminders here to read off of. So if you see me looking down, that's what I'm up to. Okay, so our first option is a long sleeved, or it could be a short sleeved top in a unique and interesting color. So I've had this top that you see in the photo for several years now, and most of my clothes I get from Ann Taylor or Ann Taylor Loft, and frankly, I'm lean on the frugal side, and frankly, it's about, for me, it's a little bit over, quantity. I like to have lots of choices, so then obviously quality, Ann Taylor I think is good quality. Ann Taylor Loft is good quality for the price point, for me anyway. I feel that way. So this top is from Ann Taylor. It does have a few special qualities besides the really unique and special color, which I think works really well with my skin tone. It has the buttons at the wrists, and they give it a little bit more structure with the voluminous shoulders. They're not overly voluminous, but they have a little bit of a puff there, and that gives it something extra. And I'll tell you that I don't iron. I will steam things sometimes, but I prefer not to steam anything. I want things to be machine washable. I want to be able to throw them in the dryer, hang them up, and be able to wear them right away. So this top, I'm able to machine wash, machine dry, and travel with it. It doesn't wrinkle at all, and it's incredibly comfortable. So finding something in review for this particular type of top is cool, unique color that you find interesting, maybe something understated but interesting about the way that it is designed. It fits you really well. It feels incredibly comfortable, and it's easy to maintain. So that is something that makes this very special. Now, what makes it less, more seasonal, more options for the different seasons, is that the fabric is thin, so you could wear it in cooler weather. Now, most of us who work in offices know that usually we're freezing, and so we'll put on what's called the third layer, and of course that's cardigans, suit jackets, things that you would put over at the top, which I think also adds a little more interest and structure. We'll talk about that in a future video, the third layer. But this is something that you could easily do that too. And in fact, if you wore it with a black suit jacket and black pants, like what I have shown here with the black pants, then it looks really dressy. Likewise, you could wear it with jeans to dinner with your friends on the weekends. P.S. I crack up at some of the influencers who say things like, oh, you could wear this to brunch, you could wear this, you could wear this running errands. Running errands is the one I'm like, oh, am I supposed to get out of my sweatpants to run errands? Because I think I'm doing that wrong. But anyway, this is comfortable enough that you literally could if you wanted to. All right, so because I've had all these clothes for a really long time, I have looked up some similar items easily accessible on Amazon. I don't own the things that I'm showing you, but I do have those linked below just in case. All right, so the next thing is a very, very thin sweater from Banana Republic Factory. I love the interesting sort of mint green color. It's great for spring, but again, it is so thin that if I wanted to throw a suit jacket or even a denim jacket over it in the cooler months, that would work as well. So great for spring, great for summer with a pair of shorts, still very cool, and again, it's easy to care for. Now I do hang dry these just because I don't want them to shrink. I have this in maybe 3 or 4 colors. I got a screaming deal the last time I was at Banana Republic Factory, and so I picked up pink one and I think a light blue one as well. Will be great for spring pieces, great for the summer with white trousers or shorts, really something that you can wear most of the year. All right, I think this color also looks really great with navy blue. I'm a big fan of navy blue. You can kind of see what I'm wearing today. I will at least link the sweater if it's still available. It's from Walmart, but I got these things separately and they worked together. And I'll talk later about how I lay out my wardrobe to kind of mix and match things and keep it fresh. Okay, so next up is a patterned short sleeve. It has some details like a mock neck, and I do like a little bit of a mock neck. What I wish I could do better, my neck is very sensitive, so in the wintertime, those, I love the cozy sweaters with the roll necks, but a lot of times they're quite itchy. So a good medium ground for me is a mock neck. So again, this short sleeve is similar to the fabric of the first shirt that I showed you in terms of it doesn't wrinkle easily. I wash and dry it, hang it up. It's very easy to travel with. But the thing I want you to pay attention to on this one is, if you can see from the picture, the pattern is, they're very small stars. So there's some like dots and then there's some small stars. Now I'm not an astronomy person, but if I was, that's a really good way to give a nod to your personality, the things that you like, without it being costumey. So it's a way to show a little bit more personality in your wardrobe without going over the top. I like just the really small and delicate pattern on this one. Again, it's got the puff sleeve, which I am somebody who is petite and short. I'm 5'1", and I have somewhat narrow shoulders. And so having the puff sleeve gives an illusion that my waist goes in more than it does. I'm pretty well just kind of straight up and down. And so it does help my shape in that way. So understanding what shapes work well with you helps as well. But it's just a really easy shirt, and obviously you can wear it year round with a sweater over it, with shorts in the summer, all the things. As I mentioned, I think I mentioned right, that I am no model, but my Leo is as close as it gets. So who you see here in the photos with me is my cat Leo, and he is the cutest on the planet, and that's an undisputed title. So Leo's helping me model this shirt that I got from Walmart. and I am a polka dot girl. That is just straight up. Every time I see polka dots, I'm in. Especially, I tend to buy either navy and white stripe, navy and white polka dot. Those are my go-tos, and I have to stop. But this one is obviously black with white polka dots, and it does have a little bit of a ruffle neck. It does have buttons in the back, which were easy enough for me to be able to do on my own. And so it's something that, because it's from Walmart, the quality is not just, out of this world, but it is quite affordable. It's something that will certainly last you for a couple of seasons, and it's something that really polka dots just never go out of style. I mean, according to me, but I'm not claiming to be a style expert. The final top that I'm going to show you is a peplum shape. So the peplum shape is where it comes in a little bit at what's supposed to be your natural waist and flares out slightly. The key to peplum is that it has to be the right length. So for me, because I am sort of straight up and down, if it's too high and it's closer to the bottom of my rib cage, it makes me look incredibly wide, which is not what I'm going for. But this peplum top happens to cut at the right place. So on top of having the structure of peplum, having a bit of a mock neck, that's also a little bit of a boat neck, it's also a little bit of a cap sleeve, then it additionally has some texture. And so texture adds a little bit of interest to the top as well. It's something that you can incorporate in, again, to add a little bit of variety without having to think too much about it. So we're looking at color, pattern, texture, fit, all of those things you can play with within what you want to accomplish with your wardrobe. And I wanted to show you some of these items that you can't get anymore, because really you can take some of these ideas, polka dots, cool color, something that is a nod to things that you love, and go to the thrift stores to see if you can find something there, or to shop on Poshmark or Mercari if that's what you want to do, or to hit the clearance racks and see if there's something there. I think it's important to not overspend on clothing, never ever go into debt for clothing, but to see what you can do to get yourself started, because it is truly an investment in your professional career, because it does affect how people view you, how people treat you, and how much authority they assign to you based on your attire. It is an insane quirk of human nature that I talked about in the last video, but it's a real thing. Now, if you enjoyed this video, you learned something from this video, I hope that you'll consider subscribing and that you'll give it a thumbs up and turn on the notifications so that when I post a video, you will be notified. I will be working on the next steps from here. So next, as I promised, is that third layer. We're going to walk through some of those options. And again, they're everywhere at this time of year, especially with fall clothes coming out. We love that when it's 100 degrees outside, but there's an abundance of options, and so we'll talk about some of those in the next video. And anything that you want to know from me, any feedback that you have, please leave it down below or send me a message. Also, please consider following me on Instagram, and I hope to connect with you at some point in the future. So thanks for spending some time with me, and I hope that you have a great day. Bye.